on the Amtrak, and we had a ball. 4 years ago, I brought 800 people.
800?
We had 10 bus loads, and some others driving behind us.
Congressman in the state. Snyder now became my first.
All right.
You like them?
So good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to have fun.
Hold him by his hand and teach him what to do. I wanted him there for a lot of years.
All right. It's so good to see you. Good luck, Terry. I'll come up and campaign.
Good. I love it. I love it.
She's over in the Crystal Skyline.
Didn't come here tonight.
No, she didn't come here. All right.
Congressman
Matter of fact, the
Davis.
guy there used to play poker with the
Poker.
Rocks.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was the Rocks. That was the Rocks poker playing buddy when he was in the state senate. And he also was about the only other politician at the announcement when Barack announced that he was running for U.S. Senate. I can't remember no other politician who was there at the time but me.
Okay. You put in pretty much a lifetime of service. Can you speak to the foundation or what was it that instilled in you that commitment to service and actually fighting and honoring those who have fought in the past and the youth who may be coming after you?
Well, my mother was endowed to be the best social worker I've ever known, with no social work training, no formal education, say anything about. She finished the 8th grade. If somebody got sick in our neighborhood, automatically you had to go take them something. I never will forget, one of the ladies had tuberculosis, and we were seriously afraid of tuberculosis. My mother sent her a chicken, told me not to get off the mule, and to just call them and tell them to come get the chicken, so I didn't do it. I went on in the house, but when I got back home, I forgot. And say, you know, my dear cousin doll really looked well. So she didn't look no different than she been looking. She said, well, how you know? I said, uh-oh. I say, when they opened the door, I leaned off the mule and looked and saw her sitting in a chair. My mother said, you lying. The lady died about 3-4 years ago. And I spoke at her funeral. My mother and that whole group been gone at least 20-25 years. But they were afraid of TB. No, so it was my mother. My father was an absolute militant. Finished the 4th grade. Had a certain sense of value, certain sense of dignity. Didn't play. And I think between the two of them, I've always had a proclivity to search for fairness, to be a friend of the underdog, to seek truth and justice, and it just kind of led me into doing politics. After doing all the other stuff I'd done, I discovered that power really rests more in the hands of people who have been empowered by people. And so when you vote for people, you empower them. And I discovered that and decided I wanted the opportunity to say yay and nay on things, not just to influence it, but to say yay or nay. Nobody else does that like elected officials. You can influence the decision, but elected officials make the decision. And that's when I decided I'd run for public office, and just pretty much been running ever since.
One more quick question, okay? Being in the spirit of the inauguration, this is an event that is geared towards bringing individuals into understanding of the inauguration. What should we expect from President Barack Obama, and what should we expect from ourselves as the constituency who have put Obama in office?
You know, now that Barack is in office second time, we have to undergird him. We need to be the wind beneath his wings. We need to be his armor barriers. We need to be his soldiers in front and soldiers in back. So if we give to Barack the kind of protection that he needs, he becomes more emboldened. As a matter of fact, one of the reasons I respect Abraham Lincoln so much as a great president, and perhaps one of the greatest of the 2 or 3 presidents I've ever studied, is that Lincoln was not unwilling to use executive order. As a matter of fact, the Emancipation Proclamation was not law. It was executive order. And I think Barack will be able to make more effective use of the bully pulpit if he knows that we are with him, that we will stand with him, that we will stand behind him, and that we will push him forward. And so I think that's our responsibility, and I think we're going to have a good full year.
Thank you so much, Congressman
All right.
Davis.
Thank you.
It's great to meet you and have the chance to actually exchange with you. Appreciate the service.
Thank you, sir.
Individuals like you keep me home.
Awesome, definitely.
If I can figure